Everybody, it's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Tuesday the 13th. This is the charts of the day. Kind of a crummy day on Wall Street, but there were some trades to be had. And taking a look at AHPI, for example, stock just exploded. Let me show you the intraday chart. Start off with an explosive type move, and pull back, and then another secondary strong rally. And eventually took the stock from under 7 to 11.5, and then at the end of the day flitted back. But when you look at the overall pattern, breakout comes out through a declining tops line and blows through all kinds of resistance before backing off. For me, if this is the beginning of a much bigger move, a retest of the highs at 11, 11.5 is going to take place, and then your target is 14. After hours, the stock pulled back even further, and it's down in the 720 range. So it's going to be interesting to see whether this can set up as a entry opportunity or whether it's just a one-day wonder. We're going to find out tomorrow. Up next, ATOSA. After coming down in a falling wedge over the last couple of weeks, today snapped back from 523 to 678 and finished 635, up 76 cents or 13%. Mine was a heavy 39.5 million shares. And although today's high was near resistance, I think this is the beginning of a move that could go further. There's a gap at around 689. Today's high was 678, so you can see why it may have backed off there. But your next targets are going to be upwards of 8, 8.5, and then a retest of the 9.75 range. Blinn, big snapback today after a Fibonacci retracement, sort of come back about a 0.375 fib, almost 45% range. 4 days in a row down, including an island reversal, then snapped it right back to the to the gap, and then a steep pullback. So this got up to almost 10 and finished 723. Net on the day, up 122, up 20%. Normally a great day, but substantially off the high. So we'll see if there's any follow through, and that's going to be your resistance now, $10. SALVAX with a big day yesterday and a nice follow through today of almost 4 points or 10% more. Tells me this is not done, although the top of the channel on a long-term basis is being tested right here. If it blows through it, we can see 60, 70, 80, whatever. For now, though, let's just see if we can get to what amounts to a double top at 45.5, roughly. At Forward Pharmaceuticals, another junior farm that exploded today, went from 8.25 to 12.71, finished 10.25, up 168 or 20%. Mine was $1 million, which is not heavy, but for this stock, it is. It's the third or fourth biggest volume traded in a year. And with that kind of a pop out, I can see a potential next target in the mid-teens if you can get through today's high. So let's look for a retest in the 11.5, 3/4 range, maybe 12.5, and then we'll see where it goes from there. MOXC continues to act well, only up a dime today, but you can see the way where I'm highlighting it, it's right at that level where you can just literally go ballistic from here into the 40s. And I'm looking for stock to go mid-30s and low to mid-40s. This stock looks great. The technicals look fabulous. NIME, right, nice pop for 2.6 million shares. You can see it hasn't traded that in a year or over a year. And the fact that it popped up near resistance and backed off tells me obviously that it's going to be a tougher area to get through. But now my targets are going to be at around that, say, call it $4 range. And through that, we're looking at a stock that could be 4 3/4, 5, maybe even 6 1/4. OSAT exploded big time. It went from 668 to 1485 today. Back way off at the end of the day in after hours, but it was still up 262 or 39%. A hefty 114 million traded. Could be one of those spike up and pullback days. We may need to see a couple of days of consolidation in here. But the overall pattern indicates the potentiality of some more upside. Although I want to point out also that there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way move. So this could have been a blow off. We'll have to keep tabs on it. PFMT, beautiful long-term chart. You can see the pattern shows that the stock hit the top of the channel, came down, consolidated, coiled, and broke out today. The breakout today up 58 cents or 14%. It's a low price stock. Tells me that we're going to retest a high, most likely. So your next target is near 5. We get through that, looking at 7. PLXP, PLX Pharma, strong rising channel, maybe more to go. Your next target is about 20. 1590 last today, up 347, 28%. That's a clean breakout of a 5-week bull coil. Red Cat popped today big time, and although it did pull back, it went from 285 to 606, finished 413, up $1.16, up 39% on 80 million. Solid volume, and if we can get a follow through, we'll retest the 6 range, and then we'll see where we go from there. Sohu popped sharply. You can see that pop. This is why I noticed when I saw this, I said I gotta show the tech traders this chart, because there's a year-long pattern that was broken today with big volume, and usually that means we're going to test higher levels. Probably next order of business is to get up through 25, and then you're probably on your way to high 20s, low 30s. WORX works, big day yesterday, big follow through today, but it pulled way back and finished at the lower end of the range. Yet a move from $1.41 to 480, tripling it basically in 2 days was enough for this thing to get a pullback to near support. Watch for this thing to work its way back up to 4 4.75. And XELA with a big pop today, up to as high as 545 from 350, finishing 420, 421, up 74 cents, 21%. I'm now looking for extension on this one to get up to 7.5 3/4. That's it, and that's a look at the charts of the day for today. This is AHPI signing off. See you later.